cyberbullying is a whole new world for parents to kind of navigate, right? And you would think that it would be high school students, college level, but you're seeing it younger and younger. Where are you seeing this kind of begin?
Yeah, I'd say between 14 and 16 is where it's really prevalent. And we see it big in the sextortion world where someone will catfish a 14-year-old boy, pretend they're from another school. One thing will lead to another. Images are exchanged, and then they find out that it's actually not a girl who's communicating with them. It's a 40-year-old guy who's trying to get money out of them and trying to extort them and saying if they don't give them the money, that they'll release the images.
But you're also seeing it with middle schoolers.
Middle school, big time, yeah.
Wow.
So that's a big thing we always tell people is, especially like for juniors and seniors, where you might send an inappropriate photo of yourself to the person you're dating at the time, thinking it will never get out, and then it does. And once it hits the internet, it lives there forever.
Yeah.
So we always tell parents, always make sure you know what your kids are doing online, especially on their phones.
Yeah, here in New York, they just implemented a new law that does not allow cell phones in the classroom during the school day.
Yeah.
Do you think that helps at all?
I don't. I commend it. It's great that they're doing something at least, but kids are very smart. They've gotten very technically astute over the years. So even if they're not doing it in class, I guarantee you they're doing it when they're outside of class, whenever they're in the bathroom or anywhere else where they can use their phones.
Yeah, a lot happens on the phone after hours, right?
Absolutely.
It's a long time between dismissal and the next morning when you got to turn it in.
Yeah.
But as a parent, I guess where do you begin that conversation, right? Because it's not an easy conversation to have when it comes to cyberbullying, and it's a new world for parents as they continue to navigate it.
Yeah, I hate to give a shameless plug, but if you watch like TV shows that are out there, like Bully Hunter, you'll see that there's a prime example of, here's what can happen. Here's how bad it can get if your photo gets out there, and how badly you could be stalked and harassed. And
well, it's something tangible for them to see and hear and witness.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, if it's just you, it's like, oh, I don't want to listen to my mom and dad.
Exactly. But when they see it, and they see a TV show, or they see somewhere online, wherever it may be, where they can see the damaging effects of it, they'll think twice before doing it.
Yeah, but like Dan mentioned, there are so many kids that are like, I don't want to bring anybody's attention to this. Maybe it's embarrassing for them. They don't want to talk to their parents. What are signs that parents can look out for, though, then? That possibly their child is being
I would say the
cyberbullied.
most important piece of advice I could give any parent is always know the traffic that is coming in and out of your house on your network. Not to sound like a nerd, but if you go on your router, on your home network, you go to 192.168.1.1 on your browser, and you log in, and you'll be able to see all the traffic where your kids are going to, every bit and byte of data. So you'll know the websites they're going to. You'll know if they have multiple Facebook accounts that you weren't aware of. We always see parents will say, well, I know my kid's Facebook login. That's great, and that's good to hear. However, your kid last week went and slept over a friend's house and created a separate Facebook account you had no idea about. They got catfished. Next thing you know, you have a sextortion issue to deal with.
Okay, you see, this is where the parents, it's well beyond what they even can comprehend and know, because we're like behind the times when it comes to technology.
Yeah.
But besides like the sextortion thing, there's also just the cyberbullying in terms of comments and social media and the vilification of some people's posts and so on and so forth. Are you seeing that as well? I
do, and that's why I always tell people, keep your accounts private. Always keep them locked down. Kids, unfortunately, especially that 14 to 16-year-old age, they can get kind of clicky. And, and God forbid, if you have an unauthorized image of yourself at 14 through 16 that goes viral in a school, it's devastating. Very devastating. What kind of protections can we as parents put in place, though, to protect our kids from cyberbullying? It's a good question, and it's a tough answer. What can you put in place? I think just talking to your children about it, showing them examples online that you can find, shows they can watch where they can see how devastating the effects can be of bullying. But once again, knowing all that traffic that is coming in and out of your house, because kids will connect to your network on their phone, on their computer, everything. So you'll have one portal where you can see, and if you see something, a site that they shouldn't be on, for example, you'd be able to not only say, hey, I saw you on this site, also just so you know, here are some of the ramifications of what could happen with real life examples. Okay, let me get real nerdy for a second, okay? If you go to your web browser and you clear it and empty it, right? Yeah, so clear your cache. Clear your cache, right? This thing you're talking about doesn't get cleared? The one
The
that
one, yeah.
So no, so you could always go to that. Oh, if you want to do it so your kids wouldn't know that you were doing it, or
no, just so in case they are like, oh, I shouldn't have been on that website. Let me go clear the cache so my parents can't see.
oh,
Then
no,
that-
you would still see it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you would still see it on the router. So it's, I don't want to get nerdy right back at you, but I had no friends in high school, so this is what you become, a nerd
Yeah.
like me. But even if they clear their cache on the router, you'd still have the log. So you'd be able to go back historically too for like 60 days to see
Wow.
what they've done in the past in case you missed it initially.
So real quick, because I know parents are sitting at home right now and saying, wait, what was that number again? Can you just say it
Sure.
real quickly again?
So
What
on
do
your-
parents actually have to do?
Yeah, so on your home browser, on your home network, go to 192.168.1.1.
As if it were a website.
Yeah, as if it were a website, exactly.
Okay.
And then on your router, whoever you got it through, whatever provider, on the bottom of the